For those who may not know, a scale is basically a selection of notes following each other, either ascending or descending. When you take a particular set of notes, combine them together, you create keys of music. Once in these keys of music, you can then take particular notes that exist there to create chords. For example, if you was playing the first, the third and the fifth note of a major scale together, you would be creating a major chord. I'm not too sure where you are on your music theory journey, but we're not going to delve deep here. We're just going to take a scale shape for the benefit of our technique development. The scale we're going to use is called the C major scale, and we start on the 8th fret of the E string and we play that with our second finger. So tuck nice and closely behind the fret. Our first finger is on that 7th fret, waiting because we're going to need that later, but it's our second finger on the 8th fret that is sounding the note we want. Our little finger then comes across to that 10th fret. Notice how we've already got that 4-finger stretch going on that we spoke about earlier. Every finger's laying in wait in case it's needed. So 8, 10 on the E string. Then we go 7, 8, 10 on the A string, which are the notes E, F, G. So 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. Then we go 7, 9, 10. We've actually played the first octave there, which means we've travelled from our first C to a higher C. After that, we move into the second octave, where we go 7, 9, 10, 8, 10, 7, 8. Let's go from the top. And then we reverse that. 8, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, 10, 8, 7, 10, 8. A little bit faster. Pause this lesson if you need to, have a little look at the tab that's coming up on the screen and get familiar with that shape, because once you are, we're then going to start to incorporate those techniques that we used earlier to really spice everything up a little bit. Now, instead of playing that in that really straight way that we did, plucking each note, let's use those hammer-ons that we worked on earlier. So we just play the first note, and then that little finger hammers down onto the 10th. We'd get to the A, and we'd play the 7th, but the 8th and 10th are just hammered down. So, next string. Cool. Don't bring your fingers too far away from the fretboard because they have to travel further back. Once you've got there, try the pull-offs to come back up. So we just play that first note, which is the 8th fret of the E, pulling off to 7, then onto the B, 10th to 8. Start with all those fingers down, and then our little finger pulls off to the 9th, and then our third finger pulls off to the 7th. But we only play the string once. Same as we move up, onto the A, onto the E. A little bit tougher in it, you get a bit more resistance, but really dig in with that little finger, and you'll get that sound. So hammer on when you're ascending, pull off when you're descending. Again, we've just pushed our playing further. We've mixed up our routine. We haven't got too settled in a particular format. We're working ourselves harder, always pushing our ability, always challenging ourselves.
How you doing? Cheers for checking out this video. I just want to quickly say that the lesson is actually taken from a much larger course that you can access by clicking the link in the description. I'm going to have plenty of free stuff floating around on YouTube, so if you like what you see, please think about giving us a like and a subscribe. If you want to delve a bit further, then check those links in the description. Let's jump into the video.
And I lied a little bit when I said we're just going to do the C major scale, because that shape can just be moved up and down the fretboard. It can be moved chromatically, which means it can go one fret at a time, and as long as you maintain that same distance between the frets, you will be playing the next scale, the next major scale. So if this was C, starting on the 8th fret of the E, if you move it up one and you start on the 9th fret of the E, we're now playing the C major scale. Move it one more, we're playing the D major scale. And you can go back, we're playing the G major scale if we start on the 3rd. Good to play some ones lower on the fretboard as well, because those frets are slightly further apart, so it makes us stretch a little bit more. But there we go, you've now got a scale shape. All right, we learnt one, but you've got every major key that you can play, picking each string, or you can add those hammer-ons and pull-offs for technique development. For those of you who want to know, that was the E major scale because I was playing on the 12th fret. I don't know if I'm telling you something you already know, but the open strings, it's exactly the same notes when you play on the 12th fret. The octaves start again. So E, A, D, G, B, E is the same on the 12th fret. E, A, D, G, B, E. Quite a handy little trick if you didn't already know that, because that's basically pretty much half the length of the guitar. So if you didn't know all these notes that exist in between, but you know your E, A, D, G, B and E open, you also know I'm on the 12th fret, so then you've only got to learn this bit in between. Still a lot, but learn the chromatic scale. That's in my beginner guitar class. Remember that the notes open are the same on the 12th fret. Everything starts to become a little bit more digestible. There we go, we've covered a scale shape as well. I think that's a great one to leave you with. It covers all 6 strings, it's got 2 octaves, and we can start to incorporate those techniques, the hammer-ons and pull-offs that we spoke about earlier. And mix that up as well. Don't feel like you have to do all as hammer-ons, all as pull-offs, all as the picking. Just start to throw some in. And then you can start to hear how they become lead solos, lead licks, really cool riffs, and you can create your own just from that scale shape.
Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please think about giving us a little like and a subscribe. And if you want to go further, remember you can hit those links in the description and you'll get access to the full courses. I hope you're feeling confident and creative, and I'll hopefully see you in one of the larger courses one day. Or for now, just have a little scout around on the YouTube channel and see what else you can find. Take care.